Alright, so today Pastor Matt kind of surprised us all, and he gave all the kids that accepted Christ this week, he gave them a chance to get baptized tonight in the parking lot in a tub of water. And James, the boy that I was talking earlier this week with, when he accepted Christ, he told me he wanted to get baptized tonight. He was standing by me when the first boy got baptized, and he was really excited about it. And I told him to go get in line, and eventually I saw him walk away, and he went over by a car with what I thought was his family, and I was kind of scared because I didn't want him to leave without, getting a chance to get baptized if he wanted to. And when Pastor Matt said, well, this is the first or the last one we're going to baptize, I walked over by where James was with his family, and I was like, James, do you want to get baptized? And he said yes. And I look at his mom, and I'm like, I was with James earlier this week, and he asked Jesus into his heart, and she just kind of looked at me, and she was like, oh. And she's like, well, do you want to get baptized, James? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, go ahead. And she wasn't really excited about it, which was kind of sad. But Pastor Matt got him in the water, and it was just awesome that he let him come, because he said that was going to be the last one. And it was just awesome for me to see that, because just being with James when he accepted God, and then being able to see him follow, in the next step and get baptized was so awesome. And it just made me break down, and I was just so happy for him. So it was just really cool.
So the beginning of this week, I made a new best friend. Her name is Jayla, and we were talking throughout the days, and I kept bringing up Jesus, and she kept just shutting me down and saying, like, no, let's not talk about him right now, let's talk about something else. So we would change the subject, and today I knew that I really had to get her going on Jesus. So today, after lunch, I was about to get on the first night to go to the showers, and Kira and I were sitting next to her, and I was like, Jayla, I really need you to pay attention and listen to me. And she did, and I was like, do you know who Jesus is? And she goes, yeah, he's a man in the heavens. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, are you his friend? And she goes, yeah, we talk sometimes. I'm like, well, that's cool. And I go, well, is he in your heart? And she goes, you mean inside me? And I'm like, yes, have you asked him in your heart? And she goes, no. I was like, well, do you want to? And she goes, yes. So I prayed the first part of the prayer, and then Kira prayed the second part because I was crying, I couldn't talk. And she accepted Jesus into her Savior, and to her heart to be her Savior. And I was like, do you know what that means? And she goes, yeah, it means I'm going to see you again in heaven one day. So that was awesome.
So we were all kind of like dishing out some food and stuff. I was on the mashed potatoes, and Brandon was on the beans. Everyone wanted the mashed potatoes, no one wanted the beans. So as like kids are coming through the line, he just like raise it up, be like, beans! And then like if they wanted it, just gonna like dump it on their plate. Anyway, so like this one girl comes on by, and he raises up his big spoonful of beans and goes, beans! And then she's like, I don't like beans. And then he goes, you have to eat beans. And then she goes, okay. Just goes like this, and then he just splats the whole thing on her plate, even though she didn't want it. It was funny.